Part A. We need to find the compass bearing of B from A. First of all, let's draw the required angle. That means we need to find these two angles. Denote the upper one as theta. With parallel lines and using the property of alternate angles, we know that theta is 48 degrees. If we can write down the value of theta, we will get the first mark. Then it comes to the other angle. Look at the two given angles. They are 48 degrees and 42 degrees. Can you associate the two angles with anything? Do you notice that the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, a right angle? That means triangle AOB is a right-angled triangle. For a right-angled triangle with two given sides, we can use trigonometric ratios to find the angles. Consider angle OAB. Tangent angle OAB is equal to OB over OA. That is 12 kilometers over 16 kilometers. So angle OAB is equal to 36.87 degrees, correct to 0.01 degree. 1 mark will be given for using the trigonometric ratio to find angle OAB. Remember the target of this question, to find the compass bearing of B from A. So do not stop at this step. A compass bearing is composed of 3 parts. The first part is about the north-south position and the last part is about the east-west position. Since B is located to the north of A, the first part is N for north. And since B is located to the east of A, the last part is E for east. The middle part is the angle from north to east, that is, the angle we just found. Write down the answer to get the final mark of part A. In part B, a lorry travels from A to B in a straight line at a speed of 48 km per hour. Michelle claims that the lorry is closest to O after it travels for 12 minutes. The word closest is obviously the most important part. First of all, when is a point on a line segment closest to another point? Right, it's when the 2 points form a line segment that is perpendicular to the original line segment. So the distance in concern is the perpendicular distance from O to AB. Let's draw a point D on AB such that OD is perpendicular to AB. Then, part B is equivalent to asking whether the lorry will travel exactly to the point D after 12 minutes. Try to consider the length of AD first. Consider triangle AOD. We know the length of AO and we found angle OAD in part A. We can use the cosine ratio to find AD. Cosine angle OAB is equal to AD over AO. 1 mark will be given for finding the length of AD. We'll use this length in later calculations, so we may leave it in this form for now. Then we'll calculate the time required for the lorry to arrive at D. Recall that the time required is equal to the distance traveled divided by the speed. 1 mark will be given for using the correct formula to find the time. The result is 0.26667 hour. However, the time unit used in the question is minutes. Convert the result into minutes. It's 16 minutes. That means it takes 16 minutes for the lorry to travel from A to D, which is not equal to 12 minutes. Therefore, the claim is disagreed. The final mark will be awarded for a correct conclusion with reasons given. The next question is an MC question. For an MC question, we may first eliminate some options that mustn't be the answer. The question asks about the bearing of C from B, and all 4 options are compass bearings. Note that C is positioned to the south of B. Therefore, all options containing north can be eliminated. Draw two crosses at B and C. The target angle is this one, which is measured from south to west. At this point, we may be tempted to conclude that C is the answer due to the size of the angle. However, since the figure may not be drawn to scale, so we should still do some calculations. By the property of alternate angles, this angle is 40 degrees. Then, consider the angle next to it. It's given that the distance between any 2 points of A, B, and C are equal. What does that mean? That means triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. And the size of each angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. Therefore, this angle is equal to 60 degrees minus 40 degrees, that is 20 degrees. By the property of alternate angles again, the angle concerned is 20 degrees. So the bearing of C from B is as 20 degrees W. That is option C.